This huge volcano could literally wipe out life on Earth. We're talking about a supereruption from Yellowstone, one of the 21 supervolcanoes on the Earth. There's another one under Las Palmas, the Canary Islands. That's not counted as a supervolcano. That erupted 700,000 years ago. So if only for a moment this story is forcing many to put the current political chaos into perspective. As reported by USA Today, new research indicates that the supervolcano resting underneath Yellowstone National Park, northwest Wyoming, may blow sooner than thought, an eruption that could wipe out life on our planet. Now, in the recent articles that we've read and I posted videos on concerning the time it would take a supereruption to take place, well, it could be much sooner than later. And supervolcanoes act totally differently than regular volcanoes because of their huge size of the magma chamber and the huge size of the roof. Even a simple small earthquake could crack the roof of the magma chamber, resulting in an eruption. But USA Today's Matthew Debo notes that Arizona State University researchers have analyzed minerals in fossilized ash from the most recent magma eruption and found changes in temperature and composition that had only taken a few decades. Up to now, the magazine reported, geologists have thought it would take centuries for the supervolcano to make the transition. The discovery, Diepel says, which was presented at a recent volcanology conference, comes on top of a 2011 study that found that ground above the magma reservoir in Yellowstone had bulged about 10 inches in 7 years. Now we notice that even from the GPS, and we'll take a look at the GPS, especially in the northwest part where we have the earthquake swarms, that area is inflating. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. Now, it's not just a super eruption. We've had a lava eruption 70,000 years ago in Yellowstone and another 80 eruptions since then. So scientists believe that the volcano's last super eruption that took place about 630,000 years ago, New York Times notes researchers suspect that a super eruption scars the planet every 100,000 years, causing many to ask when we can expect such an explosive planet-changing event. The last super eruption we had was from the North Island of New Zealand, the Taupo volcano. That was 27,500 years ago. Anthropologists believe it was almost an extinction level event. There was only 2,000 human couples were left worldwide from that eruption. Now, though no one is attempting to put a time frame on the next super eruption from Yellowstone, Hannah Shamlou of Arizona State University observed that it is shocking how little time is required to take a volcanic system from being quiet and sitting there to the edge of an eruption. And of course, there's nothing we could do about that. Now, amid the perpetual chaos of news worldwide, looming threats of whatever could be taking place between nations, commentators on social media met the possibly dire news concerning a super eruption with a mixture of alarm and sober humor. We're all just living at the mercy of a supervolcano under Yellowstone, concluded director and environmentalist Josh Fox. Puts things into perspective, doesn't it? And Kate Aronoff said, "Me, this week really blows. Science, boy, do we have some news for you." Now, let's take a look at the GPS and see what the movement is in the Yellowstone area as far as deformation is taking place. Now, here we are on Seismo Berkeley, and I'll leave links below. This is today's earthquake over Idaho, and this is Yellowstone Lake right there, Hebgen Lake in Wyoming. Let's just take a recap. The magma, the mantle plume that goes into Yellowstone actually comes from Baja, and it's a Y-shaped thing. The western part goes under San Andreas Fault and Walker Lane Fault System, where all the high threat volcanoes of California are, And then the eastern branch goes through this area here under Utah into Yellowstone, makes a western 90-degree turn under Idaho. And we noticed that in the past few days, we've had a quake swarm in that exact area. And there, okay, 3.3, and this was 10 kilometers depth. This is today 3.2, 10 kilometer depth. This is the area. Now, a few days ago, when we looked at the null school, and again, we'll look at null school, there was a CO2 black range here from that, the gas emissions from that earthquake were really intense. And we're going to take a look at null school again to see what's going on here. And again, to the west, to the east is Yellowstone and Hebgen Lake. This is the area that has the quake swarms. Now let's go to our geodesy. Where am I? I'm going to geodesy. I have to find it first. Here we are. Okay, this is a map of all the GPS stations in the world. And I'll leave a link below for you again. This is Salt Lake here. And this is our quake swarm area of Idaho. And this is Yellowstone. Let's go in a little bit more. Okay. Yellowstone around here. Sorry. Where are we? Find the lake. There's a lake, and there's Hebgen Lake. Let's go to our area of, okay, this is our quake area. And you'll see the crater of the moon lava flow. That looks pristine, doesn't it? This is one of the huge lava flows from Idaho, and here is Yellowstone Lake and Hebgen Lake. Okay, going back to the map, topographic and aerial. Okay, just northeast of Boise, Idaho. So let's go to our geodesy again, and pulling out, find our areas. Okay. Right here, our quake swarm. Let's go to this one. How's that moving? That's not a good one. That's not a good one. Something has to be, let's pick a better one here. Let's go to this one here, a little bit more north. Okay, this is going, this is the east-west graph. If it goes up, it means it's going east. It's going west. This is the north-south graph. If it goes up, it means it's going north. It's going down, so this is going southwest, and it's seasonal to inflating. Okay, this is going southwest. Let's go here to a clearer area right there. See, hopefully that's a good one. This is again going southwest and sort of deflating. And let's go around here to the, okay. Where are we? This is Salt Lake down there. Craters of the moon right there. Let's see what's happening there. Craters of the moon. Okay, it's going southwest and deflating. Let's go to our area now towards Yellowstone. There we go. That's the lake. That's Yellowstone Lake over the caldera. And Hebgen Lake. Where's Hebgen Lake? Maybe we can find it better this way. Where are we? Okay. I can't see it very well. What's wrong with me today? What is wrong with me today? Let's find it, Hebgen Lake. Did it disappear on us? What's happening? Okay. That's... Okay, let's go back. We'll find it. That's Yellowstone. Where's Hebgen? It must be right in front of me. If you see it, please give a shout. Anyway, we'll find it. Where is our Hebgen Lake? Okay. Anyway, this is it right here. Our northwest section that has the quake swarms. Let's go around here. I'm very dismayed with myself. I can't find Hebgen Lake right in front of me. Okay, look at this. This is inflating. This is the area where we have our quake swarms. It's going southwest again, and it's inflating. Keep that way. It's going southwest and inflating. Let's go to, oh, I'm getting really stubborn now. Stubborn. Oh, where's Hebgen Lake? It's a Z-shaped thing. Let's go in more. Maybe you can find it. There's Hebgen Lake. Okay, Hebgen Lake. Okay. Okay. This area here, a lot of rivers flow into Hebgen Lake from this Yellowstone area that has 60% of the world's geysers. It's Yellowstone supervolcano and 10,000 hydrothermal areas. And all these steam pots and geysers flow into the rivers, and a lot of these rivers empty into Hebgen Lake. And this area is full of little hotels and motels around there. People go there for vacation and trout fishing. And that water from the geysers and hydrothermal areas is full of mercury. And of course, that's toxic. You can't take in mercury. It's poisonous, deadly. And a lot of these people are eating the trout, which is full of mercury. So if you know anybody going there for a vacation and fishing, tell them not to eat the fish. Let's go to our back to our. There we are. That's Hebgen Lake, and we just saw the inflating going southwest. Okay, inflating going. This is a less of an inflation. Going to the northwest part of the area again. Let's take this one here. P714 is going southwest, and it's slightly inflating. And if you go towards the lake, this is where we have our earthquake swarms. Let's go towards the lake, which is over the caldera. It's going southwest, and it's pretty steady. Let's take this one towards the north of the lake, northwest, and something's wrong with that calibration there. And another one. Let's take this one here on the west part of the lake. Again, something going on, but it's deflating. And let's take one down here. LEWC. That's not very good. And something in the north. LAC 2. It's northwest, and it's deflating. And take one around here. Northwest. Let's take one around Upper Geyser Basins, Norris Basin around here. Okay, northwest. And you see more of a unsteady area of deflating, inflating, deflating, inflating, deflating, sort of inflating. Okay, that's the GPS station NRWY. Let's take one around here, Gardner. It's going northwest, and it's sort of inflating. And let's take one between Hebgen Lake. Okay, Hebgen Lake and this area here. There's nothing in there, but there should be. As we said, this is sort of inflating. Hebgen Lake. Not good. It's not. We saw that again. Okay. Take another one. In the north. P712. I think we saw those from before. This one is inflating. Okay. But anyway, in this area, we see that this area, unlike the lake, this area here that has the quake swarms is inflating. Okay. Let's go to our Yellowstone. Okay, our monitoring. This is the caldera, Yellowstone Lake, and Hebgen Lake. Let's go to the GPS P458. Okay, that's pretty steady, but it's going south, and it's inflating. Let's go to the one, something towards the northeast. See, they don't have anything here as far as GPS. Oh, here we go. Okay. 714. Okay, that's not going south, west. That's not going southwest. That's not going southwest. This is going northeast. And it's inflating. So, this is going northeast inflating. This is going southwest inflating. So, if this is going northeast inflating, that's going southwest inflating, something is inflating here. And pushing this northeast, that's going southwest. Okay? This is the area of our quake swarms, right here. There's another GPS hiding there. P711. It's not there. Let's get it again. No, I don't want the temperature. Let's go in more. It's hiding. It doesn't want to be found. P71. Okay. Okay. Pretty steady as far as east-west goes, but this is north, steady, south, north, south, and inflating. Okay, that's station P711. That's between Hebgen Lake and the caldera. It's on the caldera where we have our quake swarms. So you can see that that area there is inflating. So that's the latest here. And let's go to the null school so we can see if there's any gases in Idaho again today. So here we are at null school. I'll leave a link below for you for this. And we can see chemicals, air, ocean currents, particulates. Let's go to CO2. Okay. This is it right here. Let's go see what's happening with La Palma. La Palma, as we know, is erupting, and that's the CO2 from La Palma. And the Canary Islands, let's go to, that's not CO2, I'm sorry. I'm having my coffee. I can't think without my... CO, carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide. Here as well. There it is. Okay. Let's go here. Back here, let's go to carbon dioxide. It doesn't show. And we have SO2, sulfur dioxide coming out, and another volcanic gas coming from La Palmas, heading southwest as we can see. And Japan has two volcanoes, the Sakurajima and Ato going as well. They're going off. Let's go back to this area here to see what's happening in Idaho. Okay, let's go. Because last time we saw this, it was black in that area. Okay, that's Salt Lake. Let's go in. Salt Lake. And this is the area of Yellowstone. And let's go here. Look at this. That's amazing there. That's the Snake River Plain. Let's pull out a little bit. You can see the river. It's just over the river here, into the river. And let's go to our null school. That's it right there. Okay. Sulfur dioxide. Let's go to carbon monoxide. No, it's around Salt Lake, but that's okay. We don't have that much carbon monoxide today. CO2. CO2. We know that at Yellowstone, there we go, Yellowstone. Yellowstone emits 45,000 tons of CO2 every day. I don't know, that's around the Great Lakes area. That's not our Yellowstone. 45,000 tons of carbon dioxide comes out on a regular basis from Yellowstone every single day. So that's what's happening there. Let's go back to see what's happening in La Palma, across the Atlantic. There we go. That's the plume from La Palma, as you can see. There's La Palma right there. That's Tenerife. That's La Palma. And this was a site of a super eruption 700,000 years ago. It's between the 630,000 year ago super eruption from Yellowstone and the super eruption from Long Valley caldera 760,000 years ago. And yet this is not counted as a supervolcano site on the 21 supervolcano listing of worldwide supervolcanoes. So that's still ongoing. Okay, so please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. So the takeaway from this is that it can take decades for a supervolcano to come to eruption, and not hundreds or thousands of years as previously thought. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.